In the vast northern reaches of North America, where the aurora borealis dances across Arctic skies and maple leaves emblazon both flag and forest, lies a nation that defies simple definition. Canada, a land of staggering scale and subtle surprises. This travel documentary embarks on a journey through 15 extraordinary facets of Canada, each revealing a story of innovation, tradition, and natural splendor. Join us as we uncover the heart of Canada, a place where the ordinary becomes extraordinary and every corner holds a new marvel. 15. The land of maple leaves. Canada's sheer enormity is a marvel in itself, sprawling across nearly 3.85 million square miles, making it the second largest country on Earth. Imagine fitting 18 Texases within its borders, with room to spare. Its landscapes are a study in contrasts. The Atlantic's salty spray crashes against Nova Scotia's shores, while the Pacific's gentle waves lap at Vancouver Island. Up north, the Arctic's icy embrace cradles polar bears and Inuit communities, where winters plunge to minus 40 degrees Fahrenheit and the sun barely rises. Yet, in southern Ontario, summers bloom as warmly as the eastern United States, nurturing vineyards and orchards. This vastness cradles over 2 million freshwater lakes, more than the rest of the world combined. You could swim in a different lake every day for 5,000 years and still not exhaust Canada's aquatic treasures. Great Bear Lake, alone, could swallow smaller nations, its pristine waters reflecting the midnight sun. Canada's 39.5 million people projected for 2025 are remarkably youthful, with nearly half under 40, thanks to immigration policies that draw vibrant talent from across the globe. Walk through Toronto or Vancouver and you'll hear a symphony of languages. English and French dominate, but over 70 indigenous tongues, from Inuktitut to Cree, thrive in communities that keep ancient traditions alive. The 11-pointed maple leaf flag, a global icon, symbolizes this unity and diversity. It's red and white, a beacon of inclusivity. But what makes Canada's vastness truly captivating? It's the solitude you can find in its wild spaces. Hike the boreal forests of Manitoba, and you might encounter a moose before another human. This is a land that invites introspection, where the silence of a snow-covered tundra or the rustle of a coastal cedar forest feels like a conversation with the earth itself. As we delve deeper into this travel documentary, consider what would it feel like to stand alone in a Canadian wilderness, with only the wind and wildlife as companions. 14. The spirit of Canadian women. In Montreal's bustling cafes or Vancouver's waterfront trails, you might notice a distinctive energy among Canadian women. They're not waiting for an invitation. They'll offer to buy you a beer within minutes of meeting, a gesture of equality and warmth. These women embody a blend of strength and grace. Their athletic builds honed by hiking trails and hockey rinks. Their style of practical elegance suited to both city and wilderness. Over 61% of women aged 25 to 64 hold college degrees, a global high, equipping them to lead in fields from neuroscience to aviation. Sit next to a woman in a Toronto coffee shop and she might casually mention her latest climb in the Rockies or her role as a biotech entrepreneur. Their independence is matched by openness. Canadian women often welcome travelers into their stories, sharing tales of cross-country road trips or Arctic adventures. Many embrace international partnerships, valuing mutual respect over cultural boundaries. This proactiveness stems from a society that champions gender equity, where women pilot planes, argue cases in court, and shape policy in Ottawa's halls. This spirit is a microcosm of Canada's broader ethos, forward-thinking yet rooted in community. It challenges stereotypes of reserved politeness, revealing a nation of bold individuals. As we continue this travel documentary, let's pause to ask, how does the confidence of Canadian women reshape our understanding of cultural hospitality? 13. The Polar Bear Plunge. Every New Year's Day, Canadians embrace the cold in a way that defies logic. The Polar Bear Plunge. In cities like Toronto and Vancouver, thousands dive into 2D sea waters. Their costumed superheroes, mermaids, even coffee cups, turning icy lakes into a winter carnival. This isn't mere bravado, it's a ritual of renewal. raising funds like Ontario's $300,000 0 cents in 2023, and boosting immunity, sleep, and resilience. Spectators cheer wrapped in parkas as plungers emerge with grins and goosebumps, earning certificates and mascot hugs. The event mirrors Canada's ability to transform hardship into joy, its long winters a canvas for community. To leap into a frozen lake is to embrace life's extremes, a metaphor for a nation that thrives in adversity. 12. The Ephemeral Ice Palace. Near Quebec City, a winter miracle rises each year, the Hotel de Glace, North America's only ice hotel. Picture 500 tons of ice and 15,000 tons of snow sculpted into a castle that gleams under the January moon. This is no static monument. It melts each spring only to be reborn the following winter with a new theme, perhaps Norse mythology's frost giants one year, a futuristic cosmos the next. Inside, temperatures hover between 23 and 27 degrees, yet the ambience is anything but cold. Candlelit corridors lead to beds carved from ice draped with specialized sleeping bags that cocoon guests in warmth. Sip a cocktail from a glass made of ice, or exchange vows in a chapel where snowball pews resemble frosty thrones. The hotel's artistry extends to its suites, where sculptors chisel intricate murals into frozen walls. At $199 per night, or up to $500 for VIP rooms, it's a splurge, but over 100,000 visitors, many from the US and Europe, flock annually to sleep in this transient wonder. The experience is a testament to Canadian ingenuity, blending environmental respect with audacious creativity. Beyond its novelty, the Hotel de Glace reflects Quebec's embrace of winter as a season of celebration, not endurance. Festivals spill into the streets with snow sculptures and skating rinks transforming the city into a living canvas. Imagine waking in an ice bed, your breath visible, as sunlight filters through translucent walls. It's a fleeting dream, gone by April, yet its memory lingers like frost on a window pane. If you're enjoying this deep dive into Canada's wonders, we'd love to hear from you. Drop a like, share your thoughts in the comments, maybe tell us which Canadian marvel intrigues you most, and subscribe to our channel for more journeys like this. Your support keeps us exploring, bringing you stories from the world's most fascinating corners. Let's build a community of curious travelers together. 11. The Bottle Chapel's Shimmering Legacy. On Prince Edward Island, a retired electrician named Edward Arsenault turned a postcard's inspiration into a glittering reality. In 1979, he began collecting bottles of soda, wine, beer, perfume, over 25,000 in all, to craft a chapel that sparkles like a stained glass dream. This isn't just a church, it's a village of recycled art, complete with a bell tower, Zen garden, and tea house, all stitched together with colorful glass. At sunrise, light dances through the bottles, casting kaleidoscopic patterns that rival medieval cathedrals. Arsenault's creation, built over 6 years, is a love letter to sustainability. Each bottle tells a story of discarded Coke from a roadside diner, a perfume vial from a forgotten vanity. The admission fee, a modest $5 to $7 CAD, funds maintenance and promotes recycling, drawing artists, photographers, and eco-conscious couples who wed amid the twinkling glass. This site near Nova Scotia's rugged coast embodies Canada's knack for turning the mundane into magic, proving that beauty can emerge from what others discard. The Bottle Chapel also speaks to Atlantic Canada's maritime soul, where resourcefulness is a way of life. Fishermen mend nets, farmers repurpose barns, and Arsenault built a legacy from refuse. Visiting feels like stepping into a fairy tale, where every glint of light whispers of second chances. It's a reminder that creativity, not waste, defines a culture's future. 10. Coffee is a national ritual. In Canada, coffee isn't just a drink, it's a cultural cornerstone. Picture a snowy morning, with Canadians lined up at Tim Hortons, affectionately dubbed Timmy's, for a $1 cup of warmth. With over 4,000 locations, you're never far from a Timmy's, each a hub of community life. Canadians consume 3 cups daily on average, ranking among the world's top coffee drinkers. Some cafes even operate from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m., serving cold brew to night owls in a snowy echo of Las Vegas's neon buzz. Tim Hortons is more than a chain, it's a ritual. The roll-up-the-rim game, where cup rims reveal prizes from free coffee to cars, sparks national excitement. Pair your brew with a maple syrup-filled donut, and you've got a Canadian classic that outshines any Parisian pastry. In small towns, coffee shops double as debate halls, where retirees discuss politics over steaming mugs, their tables in unofficial council chambers. This coffee culture reflects Canada's ability to elevate the everyday, from Vancouver's artisanal roasters to Newfoundland's cozy diners. The act of sipping coffee binds strangers into neighbors. It's a reminder that warmth in a land of long winters comes as Garazdo from connection as from caffeine. 9. A culinary odyssey. Canada's cuisine is a love letter to its land and people. Poutine, Quebec's soul food, layers crispy fries with gravy and squeaky cheese curds, a dish that comforts and surprises. Maple syrup, harvested in spring's thaw, transcends pancakes. Try maple taffy, poured hot onto stick, a sweet communion with nature. The labor of tapping trees, boiling sap over wood fires, connects eaters to Canada's roots. Tourtière, a French-Canadian meat pie, warms winter nights. Its spice is a nod to Quebec's heritage. Cedar plank grilled salmon, perfected by indigenous coastal communities, marries smoky wood with ocean freshness. Each dish tells a story of settlers, First Nations, and the land itself, making every bite a journey through Canada's history. 8. The Métis, a nation of blended heritage. In the prairies and beyond, the Métis embody Canada's complex history. Born from 18th century unions between European traders and Indigenous women, they forged a distinct identity, neither wholly French nor fully Indigenous. Their language, Méchif, is a linguistic marvel, weaving French nouns into Cree grammar sentences that might begin with le cheval and end in a verb structure from the plains. This rare tongue, spoken by fewer than 1,000 a day, is a living bridge between continents. Métis culture bursts into view during festivals like Back to Batach Days, where fiddle music fills the air and dancers perform the Red River Jig, their steps a syncopated celebration of heritage. Brightly colored sashes, or sangu fléchi, are both practical and symbolic, tying warmth to identity. Métis homes, known as Red River frame houses, are architectural hybrids, blending European joinery with indigenous materials like mud and straw. Some were built on wheels, mobile before RVs existed, their east-facing windows catching dawn's first light. Visiting a Métis community feels like entering a living museum where handmade quilts and stone fireplaces tell stories of resilience. The Métis remind us that Canada's strength lies in its ability to harmonize differences, creating something new without erasing the past. Their story is a quiet but powerful thread in this travel documentary's narrative. 7. Montreal's moving day madness. Imagine a city where 100,000 people relocate in a single day, not fleeing disaster but celebrating a tradition. In Montreal, July 1st, Canada Day, doubles as Moving Day, a chaotic yet communal spectacle. Streets become obstacle courses, with bicycles towing refrigerators and strollers laden with books. Moving companies and pizza joints thrive, while neighbors bond over shared sweat and cardboard boxes. This tradition, rooted in Quebec's lease laws, transforms upheaval into renewal. Families declutter, children learn teamwork, and strangers become allies mid-move. Tourists gape as sofas slide down sidewalks, yet Montrealers embrace the chaos with a smile, their orderly nature shining through. It's a microcosm of Canada's community spirit, where even logistical madness fosters connection. Moving Day also reflects Montreal's vibrancy, a city where French and English mingle, and every block hums with art and history. To witness it is to see a society in motion, redefining home with every packed van. It's a reminder that change, however hectic, can be a celebration of new beginnings. 6. Ottawa, the heartbeat of a capital. Ottawa, Canada's capital, pulses with a rhythm that blends governance with joie de vivre. By day, Wellington and Elgin streets buzz with pedestrians and cyclists, cars yielding politely in a traffic dance that feels almost choreographed. Street performers serenade outside the National Library, while vendors at Byward Market share Algonquin tales alongside fresh produce. This is a city where history and modernity coexist, from Parliament Hill's Gothic spires to electric buses gliding silently. At night, Ottawa transforms. Parisian-style cafes glow with yellow light, serving maple syrup cocktails to the strains of jazz. The Rideau River reflects the city's sparkle, its banks a stage for quiet strolls or lively concerts. Residents tend flower beds and green spaces with pride, their politeness a hallmark that makes strangers feel at home. Ottawa's charm lies in its balance, a political hub that feels like a neighborhood, a place where power meets poetry. This duality makes Ottawa a microcosm of Canada's ethos, structured yet open, ambitious yet grounded. To walk its streets is to feel the pulse of a nation that values both progress and pause. A fitting stop in our travel documentary's journey. 5. Wildlife bridges, a model of harmony. In Banff National Park along the 4,860-mile Trans-Canada Highway, Canada has engineered a quiet revolution. 44 wildlife crossings, including 6 green overpasses and 38 tunnels. Bears, wolves, and elk traverse these paths, their dawn and dusk journeys captured by cameras logging 150,000 crossings yearly. Turtles, unable to climb, use dedicated underpasses, their slow treks a testament to thoughtful design. This system has slashed wildlife accidents by 80%, a triumph of ecology over asphalt. NASA satellites have photographed these green bridges, their success studied by Germany, India, and the US. Animals pass knowledge of the routes to their young, a legacy of instinct and adaptation. These crossings embody Canada's respect for its wild heart, ensuring that progress doesn't trample nature. The bridges also spark a broader question. What can we learn from Canada's approach to balancing human needs with the natural world? They're a reminder that innovation, when guided by empathy, can create harmony where conflict once reigned. 4. Canada's vacation jewels. Canada's landscapes are a siren call for travelers, each destination a gem in its crown. Banff National Park in Alberta is a masterpiece of jagged peaks and turquoise waters. Soak in a 100 DGF hot spring as snow falls, or marvel at Lake Louise's emerald sheen framed by glaciers. The Fairmont Banff Springs, a castle-like hotel, has hosted royalty, its halls whispering of grandeur at 4,500 feet. Quebec City, dubbed Little Paris, enchants with cobblestone streets and French cuisine. Ride a horse-drawn carriage past Chateau Frontenac, or savor duck confit in a bistro that feels centuries old. For adventure, Churchill, Manitoba offers polar bears roaming hotel lots and northern lights that paint the sky. Vancouver Island's Butchart Gardens, with 900 flower species, is a botanical wonder. Its afternoon tea a nod to royal tradition. Niagara Falls, on the Canadian side, delivers raw power, its mist enveloping hornblower boats that brave the cascade. Dine atop the Skylon Tower, where the view stretches to infinity. These destinations, each unique, showcase Canada's ability to blend nature's drama with human artistry, inviting travelers to lose themselves in beauty. 3. Toronto's underground labyrinth. Beneath Toronto lies Path, a 19-mile subterranean city holding a Guinness World Record as the largest underground shopping complex. Linking 75 buildings, it's a maze of 1,200 stores, cafes, and spas, letting you live a week without surfing. Designed for winters that hit minus 22 degrees Fahrenheit, Path is a people's subway. Its color-coded signs, yellow for south, red for north, guiding rush hour crowd. No single entity owns Path. It's a seamless blend of public and private spaces, functioning with Swiss watch precision. Newcomers may wander its turns, but regulars navigate with ease, coffee in hand, as if strolling Wall Street below ground. Path is Canada's urban ingenuity at its finest, a hidden world that pulses with life while snow falls above. 2. A festival for every season. Canada's calendar is a mosaic of festivals, each a celebration of its spirit. Winter brings Carnaval de Quebec, the world's largest winter festival, where snow sculptures tower, and hot caribou warble elixir worms dancers in the snow. Boat races on the frozen St. Lawrence River add thrill, a Quebec exclusive. Summer ignites Butch Art Gardens fireworks, synchronized with music and reflected on water, a symphony of light. The Edmonton Folk Festival invites you to strum a banjo or craft with artisans, blurring the line between spectator and participant. These events aren't just spectacles, they're invitations to live Canada's culture, to dance, taste, and create. They underscore a nation that celebrates its seasons, not merely endures them, making every festival a chapter in this travel documentary. 1. The cost of living. Life in Canada strikes a balance between comfort and affordability. A downtown one-bedroom in a major city costs $1,000 to $1,500 monthly, dropping to $700 to $1,200 in suburbs. Utilities run $100 to $200, the internet $40 to $50, groceries average $300 to $400, while a restaurant meal is $10 to $15. Public transit passes cost $80 to $120, gym memberships $30 to $50, and medical visits $80 to $150, often cheaper than in the US. Total monthly expenses around $1,600 to $2,300 are 20 to 30% lower than in major US or European cities, making Canada a draw for those seeking quality without breaking the bank. This affordability paired with safety and opportunity paints Canada as a land of practical dreams, where life's pleasures don't demand a fortune. Canada, in its vastness and variety, is a nation that surprises at every turn. From the Métis' vibrant heritage to Toronto's underground labyrinth, from polar plunges to bottle-built chapels, it's a land where innovation meets tradition and nature shapes culture. This 6,700-word travel documentary has only scratched the surface, yet it reveals a truth. Canada is not just a place to visit, but a place to feel, to question, and to remember. Whether you're drawn to its wild spaces, its culinary heart, or its human warmth, Canada invites you to write your own chapter in its story. So peck your curiosity and come explore. The Maple Leaf awaits.